where do we meet? That's a fun story. Florida State University.
He dated all my friends, and 2 at one time, as a matter of fact. And then...
She actually say that. She captured my heart, though.
He met my family, and he really liked my family, and the rest is history.
They made me the best breakfast of my life. And her mother was, at the time, the food editor for the Daytona newspaper. And that breakfast got me. That was my hook.
Mom, he realized I was a good girl.
Yeah, great family. We've been married 25 years, and Natalie's 13 years old, and Gabe's 10. So we basically had a life before the children.
The best thing Gabe and I have ever done is have our children. They're amazing. I was a video producer for over 10 years and worked corporate, and was laid off actually in a merger, and went to an electric company to become a video producer. And then we were like, I think there's more to life than this, And we had Natalie, and out of that grew, he was running health clubs at the time. And he said, Jill, I think I can get you home from work. I think if I do a little personal training on the side, we can get you home from work. And what happened there was that we actually started a health and wellness company.
It kind of morphed into that. It started personal training on the side when I was running health clubs. And then it just started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, brought Jill home, and we were doing well prior to this recession. And we just hit rock bottom. We lost 3 six-figure contracts. She was kind of managing.
Yeah, I was working the back end of all this and trying to manage the contraction of the company and having to scale back employees, and we were audited twice in that year.
The ship was sinking. The house didn't really bother me, in the foreclosure. Nothing really bothered me until first time in 25 years she comes up to me, and she actually was almost like this, tapped on my shirt sleeve, and she goes, "Just want to let you know we're 3 months behind on RPDS, and that's Riverside Presbyterian Day School." That got my heart. That's where my children go to school, and that's when I kind of woke up. Says, you know what, I better do something.
You've heard me say many times that we were praying for an answer, and we were trying to retool, and we went up to Atlanta, Georgia. Gabe was a keynote speaker. He had taken a speech course to try to generate some additional income for our company.
After my keynote, complete stranger walks up to me and asked me if I ever heard of a product called Protandem. And I'm telling you, God's my witness. I mean, if there wasn't 8 to 10 people waiting in line to speak to me behind her, I would have turned around and walked away from her. I've never endorsed a product in the 30 plus years I've been in the fitness industry. And at that particular moment, Protandem wasn't going to be the first. But she asked me a simple question that literally has changed our lives. And that question was, would I be willing to watch a 9-minute video on ABC Primetime News? I got back home to Jacksonville, watched it. The precise moment that Dr. McCord gives John Quinones his blood test results, I find myself doing something I've never done in my entire life. I actually found a way to buy something on the internet. And that was the beginning.
I went kicking and screaming to the meeting. I knew it was network marketing. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And within 4 hours in that meeting, we were all in. And a vision was laid out. The company was just getting off the ground. I mean, we had every reason not to do it, really. And I like to share that because we're encountering a lot of people and a lot of negativity about network marketing and that stigma. But I was one of them.
The very next day, I get a telephone call from Jason Domingo. He says, I'm going to be in Jacksonville on Thursday. This is like 4 or 5 days later. He goes, why don't you call a few of your friends and I'll help you launch Jacksonville. I called 40 people is what I did. And I literally talked to them. No emails, picked up the phone. If I got a voicemail, call me, need to talk to you about something big. I talked to 40 people, 25 showed up. Today, 24 of the 25 are in the business as a distributor or as a preferred customer. So that's how we launched our business. And I think everybody needs to do that, is just pick up the phone and have, you know, some ignorance on, you know, on fire, and just have fun with it. And that's what we did. We had an incredible meeting, and that's how we hit Pro 5 in 30 days.
Everybody did what they were supposed to do. Gabe was shown the ABC primetime piece. He was put on a 3-way phone call. We had a coffee shop meeting, you know, everything. And then we had our first basically in-home meeting with about 25 people, like 5 days later. And the rest is history. The whole East Coast is brought up. And our lives are completely changed.
All we did was just follow this simplistic, duplicatable, perfected system called the Proven Plan. It's literally that simple. And it's amazing on how so many people just try to overcomplicate it. And it's really simple. When
we're growing up, we learn about the pyramid of needs, right? And, you know, at the bottom is, you know, food, clothing, and shelter. And that's where we were, you know, basically 3 years ago, or most of our 25 years at some level, you know, in career-wise, pushing hard, and we made good money. But now we're able to help other people now. And our team has retired 8 families and, you know, over 30 mommies. And to be able to actually shift that whole focus and go, you know, I'm just here to help you. And to approach people in that manner from the heart, it's like nothing you've ever experienced before in your entire life. And without this opportunity, we would have never, ever experienced such an amazing thing, I don't think. I mean, to be able to retire a family and give them those choices that we have now, it's an incredible feeling.